Hey there, it's Mary. Hope you're having a great day so far. So we're back again for week 2. We're doing this every Tuesday right around 10:30. And I'm going to do a break real quick, doing the River Positive Thought, just a little inspiration to get you through your Tuesday. So hang on just a second. Excuse me, sorry about that. Gross. .1049 The River. Hey there, it's Mary. Sometimes you're going after those goals, you have those achievements in mind, and you want to go after it and you want to do your best, but sometimes it takes a really long time, or you feel like you just can't quite get there to the finish line. Well, before you start beating yourself up, I want to share our River Positive Thought today. It goes like this: remember that failure is an event, not a person. Alrighty. So I'm told I already have comments to check. So let's run over here to the computer. So glad you're here today. Let me refresh. Can you tell that I'm just not a techie person at all? I still have a Droid phone. Is there anybody else out there? I get made fun of all the time that I don't have an iPhone. Okay. There I am. Hi Mary, good morning. Cindy, I would sing continuously if I had your job. Trust me, I'm always singing, I'm always dancing, and I'm just glad that usually I can hide and nobody can see me, but now that we're doing this video, I can't hide anymore. Well, so glad you guys are here. Again, we're doing this every Tuesday right around 10:30, so you can subscribe and you'll get a little notification letting you know when the next video is popping up. And feel free to comment whatever's on your heart. This is a safe place to share. I am the type of person that no filter, whatever is in my head and my heart, it just comes out, and I want you to feel the same way. If there's a topic you want to chat about, whatever's going on in your life right now, feel free to share. I have a little agenda of things that I want to share with you and just get your take on it, just as we're living life together. And also, don't forget that you can invite friends and family to listen as well. They can subscribe too, so they can get little notifications for the video. And you may see something that reminds you of somebody you know. Just let them know. Shoot them a little message there and they can subscribe and sign up too. So I don't know about you, but I'm thankful that life today goes back to normal for all of us. And you may be thinking, well, what in the world are you talking about? March Madness is over. And here's the thing. I don't want to knock it because I love sports and I play in a women's basketball league. I'm all about the sports. But after a while, after so many days and hearing the guys talk about the brackets over and over and over and over and over, I can't take it anymore. It's just too much. It's like, let it go. I mean, the brackets are plastered everywhere in the offices around here. My husband's talking about it all the time. My dad's talking about it all the time. And I had mine hanging up in the house for a while. But decided to tear it down and throw it away because I was throwing a tantrum like a little 4-year-old because my bracket was shot after Villanova lost. So bummer there. But I'm just glad now that we can go back to the boring things in life. Gas prices, the weather, which I never thought I would say that. But I'm just ready for kind of fresh air to talk about something other than basketball. So just feeling better about that. Hi, Dave. Mandy, there's nothing wrong with a Droid. Sister, I'm right there with you. My husband is a big iPhone guy and just got the little Apple Watch now. He was showing it to me last night. Yeah, I was listening, but I'm an awful wife. I was listening, but sitting there going through my head like my grocery list, my to-do list, stuff like that, because the whole technology thing just isn't me. And he knows that, so I don't know what he's thinking about telling me about this new Apple Watch thingy, but it has all these great bells and whistles, which I don't understand, but I don't know. So I'm sticking with my Droid as long as I can. As long as I can. What? I told the wife I don't understand that one, Leslie. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about that. All right, we're going up here in just a minute to do another break. And what I'm going to be diving into now is the lies that God has helped you confront and tackle in your life. And there are some that you hear at a very young age, and it's just kind of ingrained in you. And after hearing it for so long, you start believing that stuff. Maybe there's other things that you heard as an adult, whether it's, you know, in a toxic relationship, or maybe at work and something a coworker has told you, or a boss. And it's one of those things where you know it's not true, but you find yourself thinking about it and wondering, well, is that reality? Because you hear it so much, and after a while it starts to soak in, even though you may not want it to. So that's really been on my heart lately, as I've been just talking with some friends just about life and the things that are constantly on loop in our heads. So something that I just want to dive into a little bit on the air and with you here today. So maybe if you're even thinking about the place you're in life right now, or looking back to when you were a kid, those lies that just had a stronghold on you, and you felt like you were just strangled and suffocated by these awful things that you heard about yourself or that you were told, and then all of a sudden that's what you're living out of. Because, well, you just feel like that's reality, and it's not a good place to be. So just want to encourage one another to shatter those lies, to get them out of here. We don't need that stuff. There's enough negativity in this world. We do not need that. Thank you guys for chiming in with the lies that are on your heart today. We're going to dive into those a little bit more here in just a minute. Carol, thank you for sharing. Mandy, she gets the not being techie thing, so thank you for saying that. It makes me feel better. Hi, Jane. Thank you guys so much for commenting. Again, whatever's on your heart today, you're welcome to share. And also, if there's something else that's on your heart today, whether it's something to do with your faith or your kids, your finances, your job, whatever it is, you are welcome to share right there. I just want to dive into all these different topics as much as I can every Tuesday when we're doing this right around 10:30. So thanks for being patient with me. All right, here we go. We're going to talk on the air now, live here, live there. This is still a little strange and weird to me, but we're figuring things out. And I'm so thankful I have my tech team, my digital department here to keep me in line, because I would mess it up. The fact that I can handle just boop, turning my mic on and a couple other things, it's a complete miracle. So here we go. I have to keep myself from dancing since you're here watching now. It's so hard. I won't sing either. 1049, The River. Hello there. My name is Mary. So glad you're here. You know how it is, those thoughts that just constantly go through your mind that you know are not true, but they're just present, they're powerful, and they're there. Those lies that have maybe just tormented you for a long time. Stuff that maybe you heard as a child that, well, you believed because you trusted the people who were telling you that. And then as an adult, you may have heard things through a toxic relationship, through your performance at work, and you're never good enough, and you're not going to amount to anything. Just that stuff that you know when you look at God and who He is and what He tells us, you know it's not true, but it's so hard to shake those things that are constantly bombarding you and constantly in your face. As I've been chatting with some friends and just processing through my own heart and my own mind, one of the biggest lies that I have struggled with, it comes from and is rooted in the abuse that I went through as a very young child. And I didn't even realize kind of how it manifested itself in my adult life, but now I see it. Feeling unloved, feeling damaged. I don't deserve happiness. These are things that God has allowed me to confront and hit head on, but they're things that still creep to the surface sometimes. When I look at other people's lives and I look at them and they seem so happy and they're so fulfilled, and Why can't I have that? Well, it's because I don't deserve that. I'm never going to have that. But that's not what God tells us. God tells us that through him, and as we walk with him and a life with him, that we are made new. So the shame, the damage from our past is washed away, and then we can walk in freedom and release with him. And I hope that you don't struggle with those lies, but if you do, I'm here to share that. God loves you so much, just the way you are. If there's something on your heart today, some lie that you've been just trying to conquer and confront, you can share now. This is a safe place to do that at 614-479-1049. 614-479-1049. Woo! It's crazy. On the air is just like living life. You have the breaks where, you know, it's some really heavy stuff, and then also the goofy ones about March Madness. And it's really, we're just living life out on the air and behind the scenes as well. So, I'm still like a little choked up about that one. So I just want to encourage you, as I was sharing there, whatever you're struggling with today, whatever lie that's just kind of on loop in your head. A friend once told me, you have to capture that thought right then and there and kind of process through, okay, is this the enemy or is this something from God? And I think a lot of times, you know, with the Holy Spirit inside, you know, with your gut, you know, with what you know about God, this is a lie, this is false, this is not true, I'm not going to give in to it. And I know it's easier said than done, I get it, because it's so incredibly hard to do. But I just want to encourage you today that no matter what it is that you've gone through in your past, like for me, with my childhood abuse, that I really did not deal with until I was an adult. I didn't know how much deep-rooted damage there was down underneath because it hadn't really played itself out yet. So whether it's something like that, maybe you went through a divorce or you were a child going through a divorce with your parents. I also have that from my childhood as well, which is not easy. Addiction, marital issues, there's so much junk that I think is like scum that just kind of sticks on you and you don't know how to clean it off, you don't know how to get it off. But when you accept Christ into your heart, that's when you make the decision to get the scum off of you. You can walk fresh and renewed and just start that new chapter because of who he is. And that's something pretty encouraging. And as I said there while I was doing my break, it is hard though because the lies will sometimes still bubble to the surface, even though you think, okay, done with those. They're gone forever. I've shattered those and moving on. And you have those days where you feel on top of the world and you feel great. And then one little thing can trigger you and you feel like you've just taken 10 steps back to the old you and the unhealthy you. And I know that feeling. Well, that's why we need God every single day to take a moment to sit with him and pray with him and go, okay, I know this is a lie. I know this is not from you. I know this is not a true reflection of who I am. And I'm stopping it right here in its tracks. And that's where true transformation is happening in your heart. So you squash those lies as soon as they bubble to the surface. Oh, Mandy, still processing breast cancer battle. Girl, my heart goes out to you. That's not easy. You are such a fighter and you're so strong and I'm so proud of you. You're awesome. Oh, Debbie. That's so important to think about. When you've gone through junk in your own life, just like I'm sitting here now talking about my abuse and stuff that I've gone through, there's so much power in you sharing your story with others. And I'm not saying to rush it because you may be in a place where you're not quite ready to share yet, and that's okay. Don't force yourself to do it. You will know in your heart, and God will tell you when it's time to share. So don't push it if you're not there yet, but you may feel in a place where you know once you're able to find your voice and speak it out loud, and I went through this and I'm healing and I'm trying and I'm recovering, you're helping someone else who may be going through that exact same thing right now, or maybe they went through that in the past. So there is so much power in that. And that's how you take that ugly junk from your past and you're turning it into something beautiful with God's help. How cool is that? Because I never thought in a million years that I would share about my abuse with whoever's listening and on the air with thousands of listeners through the river. I mean, it's still strange to hear myself even say that, but you know that God will give you that moment when it's time to share, for you to lift someone else up who may need to hear your encouragement and your strength because you fought through and you survived. That's so, so, so important. Yeah, Rebecca, I know there's a lot of other women too who have gone through some really tough stuff like that in relationships, and I'm not going to go into complete detail about that, but just some unhealthy things that happened, ways in that maybe you were violated that you shouldn't have been, and that is the ultimate worst thing that you can go through as a human being. And my heart goes out to you, and I just want to applaud you for not giving up, and you're not alone. And a friend shared this with me. When you went through what you went through, and when I was going through what I went through, God was right there with you, crying with you, and sad with you, and hurting with you. So just know that that you're not alone. You're never alone, no matter what you're going through. He is always there. So that's something comforting to know. This song right here, Timely, Francesca Battistelli, He Knows My Name. It just feels good to know that we don't have to get caught up in, you know, who we have to be in the world, whether it's rising to the top at work or, you know, leading your kids' PTA or whatever it might be. It's about who we belong to and our Heavenly Father and what He says about you, what He says about me. And when we're not distracted by the world, we can really just rest in that. And there's just so much comfort there. Just feels good knowing that. Roberta, that's a good reminder. She's just talking about facing her fears, and it makes me think about the one song that just played a little bit ago from Casting Crowns that says, there comes a time when your fear has to face God. And I just think of that. You're just taking your baggage of all those, the lies, the fear, all of that junk, and you're just putting it there before Him, and He is taking it on for you. He's putting on the boxing gloves, and He's going to battle. You don't have to, because of who He is. So you can just break free from that. You're just setting the baggage down, just like that. I just love that image there of just setting it down, and you're walking away. And there's so much beauty in that. All right, getting ready to talk here in just a minute. Again, thank you guys again so much for being here. Again, every Tuesday, right around 10:30 a.m., you can subscribe so you'll get a little notification letting you know when we're doing this. And you can also invite others to watch as well. We just want to get a community going here. We're just living life together. And this isn't like this polished, professional production we're doing here. It's just real life. We're talking about just what's going on, whether it's March Madness, like I was talking about earlier, or heavy stuff like, you know, pain and struggle and hurt that you're trying to walk through right now. We're doing it together. That's what this is all about, just a community to empower one another and just be there lifting each other up. You can share whatever you'd like, whatever comments you want to leave there, whatever's on your heart today. You can put funny stories there too. I don't want this to be too heavy, but it's just the roller coaster of life, as we know. You can put whatever you're just feeling today. We're going to go up here in about 1:40. Oh, Laura. Empty nest syndrome. Oh. She has a daughter who's leaving home soon, and my little guy's too. The thought of him leaving my home, can't even go there. I cannot even go there. I'm just going to shut that down right now. My heart and my mind just cannot handle that, because he is always going to be my little baby boy when he's 18, and I'm still trying to get him to sit on my lap, and he's going to be telling me no. Oh, it's weird as a parent. that you can fast forward 16 or 25, however many years down the road, and you already envision just loss and being scared and afraid. Even though you're so far away from that, you can just tap into it, because as a parent, it just makes your mind go off to this crazy place, because you cannot believe you love this little person so much. That's the best way I can describe being a mom. Yeah. All right, short little break here. We got to do on the air real fast. Thank you again for being here and for being patient with me as I'm figuring this whole thing out. And don't forget to subscribe too. I already know I said that a few times, but I've noticed as I get older, I repeat myself a lot. Maybe you do the same thing. Just comes with age. Here we go. Hey there, I'm Mary on 104.9 The River. So glad you're here. You can get caught up in what the world tells you to worry about. Your bank account, the size house you have, the car, what brand clothes you're wearing. But thankfully, God and what He says is what matters. Here's love in the outcome. And that's how you do that. All right. Aww. Thank you guys again so much for being here. It's funny. I was actually have it written down today to talk about on the air, is that this time of year is awesome for, this is going to be really random and out of left field, but this is how we do things in here. A great time of year for grilling out. And I will tell you that I love it because my lazy side has taken over recently, and the thought of even going to the grocery store, cooking dinner, cleaning up, the dishes, all of that, I sound lame, I know. It just seems really exhausting. So I've come up with the idea of stocking the freezer and refrigerator with meat, with brats and hamburgers and steaks and chicken. So when I'm having one of those days, I can say, hey, honey, guess what we're having for dinner? You're grilling out. And the best part is he doesn't mind because he loves it. And it's easy cleanup. He gets to be outdoors. My son loves it. Last night, for example, we're out at the grill. My son's 2, learning life and how things work and all of that. And this kid cracking me up. So we're going outside and Daddy's there with the grill. And I mean, lots of smoke, lots of smoke. In a good way. It's not like something was caught on fire. So smoke's coming out, and my little Liam's out there. I don't want to spit on the screen. I mean, blowing as hard as he possibly can because he's trying to help Daddy put the fire out. And I said, buddy, Daddy's cooking dinner on the grill. That's what all the smoke is. He wasn't buying it. He was just blowing, trying to get the smoke on. And I a couple times thought he was going to pass out. I'm like, buddy, stop. You're fine. We're good. And then we headed back inside. And it's just something that I love that I can push off on my husband. It tastes so good. And then I have less cleanup to worry about. So ladies, I think I just let the cat out of the bag for some of the guys that are listening. But feel free to put that plan in place in your house as well. It's a really good plan. Less work for you. And I think the guys really do enjoy it. My husband is obsessed with our grill. So give it a shot. Try it out. Oh, Danielle. Danielle's needing prayer today. So I just ask that you join us in praying for her and her family and just protect them from what they're going through right now. Thank you for doing that. That's another thing. If you feel something's on your heart today, we have our prayer page set up where you can post whatever's going on. You can leave your name. You can keep it generic if you want. Whatever's on your heart, feel free to put it there. And as a team, we go every single week and we're praying for those prayer requests. We also have a pastor on staff if you feel like that's something that you desperately need right now. Maybe you feel that you don't have a safe place to go. You don't have someone who is a comfort or a safe person in your life for you to go vent to or share private things with. But that's something the River family wants to provide for you if you need that in life right now. So you can also post this prayer request on our Facebook page as well. It's totally whatever's, it's up to you. Whatever your comfort level is, you do whatever you feel led to do. Oh, Tammy's son just left for Navy boot camp. Oh, hi, Dave. It takes me back to my brother. Oh, goodness, I could cry just even talking about this. He was deployed, I want to say, about 5 times when he was in the Army for 10 years. And you would think that with each time it would get a little bit easier, but it truly did not. It was one of the hardest things ever because of him being in harm's way and just the lack of control that I had and just it being my big brother and wanting to protect him and care for him. But thankfully, he was safe and sound every single time and made it back. And my heart goes out to every family who's dealing with that. And I'm so proud of these men and women who are willing to step up and do something like that because it takes a lot of guts and courage. So they are some brave people, and I applaud them and just thank them so much for what they're willing to do for our country. And a big shout out to my big brother, Josh. So proud of you, and I love you so much for what you are willing to do for our country. And we need to remember to pray for them too. I know a lot of times when we don't hear about the soldiers as much in the news or on Facebook, you tend to forget about them a little bit, but we still have people in tough situations that we need to be thinking about them, and we need to be praying for them, and just prayers of protection for them. So thank you for doing that. All right, guys. Well, again, thank you for spending some time with me. Every Tuesday, we're doing this right around 10:30 a.m. I think I covered, again, like 17 topics today. I mean, anything and everything under the sun, March Madness, grilling out, those lies that God is helping you conquer and shatter right now. I just pray for each and every one of you to be able to just hit this day head on, whatever it may hold for you, and that just God is there with you every step of the way, that you feel his presence there. Again, feel free to subscribe, and you're always welcome to comment, share a prayer request, whatever's going on. This is just a safe place to just let it all out there. That's what we're doing here. Just letting it all out. I'm so thankful to have this opportunity to share life with you, and want to remind you too to invite friends and family to join as well. So next Tuesday, I hope you'll be here right around 10:30 a.m. And just to give you a little teaser, you may have seen on Facebook, or maybe you've done it yourself, and I want to hear about it. Those little masks, like those black masks that you put on to do like a facial. And apparently it's like super glue to your face, but it makes your skin look flawless. You may be wondering, Mary, it sounds terrifying. Why are you doing it? Again, I have a coworker here who's done it. Her skin is amazing. So I think I'm going to try to do it during one of these videos. I may regret it. If you've done it before and it's a bad idea, please tell me now so I don't embarrass myself. And if I don't hear from anybody, I'm just going to give it a shot. And somebody even told me you'll have a hard time talking, but I'm willing to try it. I mean, life's all about taking risks, right? In front of people. Yay. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you being here. Have an awesome rest of the week. And that's all I got. Have a good day. Take care. Bye.